Now, let's, James,
Yeah.
talk about this opinion poll which came out, which was the Redbridge poll, which is pretty sort of gold standard at the moment, just as insightful as News poll. And it shows that 1 in 4 Gen X blokes, so people sort of in and around my age, 40s, late 40s, 50s, are now backing in One Nation. Now, I posited a theory to Kosamaris, who did this poll, and he agreed on part of it, was that I think part of this is also a group of people that we never talk about, not allowed to talk about, and that is people who see Pauline Hanson for her position when it comes to things like the family court, men's rights, because there are a lot of people in and around that age group where relationships have fallen down. So these people who sort of want to pretend that One Nation's just a place some people are going just to sort of hang out until eventually they go back somewhere else, I don't think that's the case. I think for many of those Gen X people, they've made their break, as some people had in the past previously when it comes to the Greens. Now, again, lots of reasons why people are doing it, but do you think that Pauline's stance in and around the family court has sent a signal to people that, you know what, these people are welcome in the party?
Yeah, they are, and they are well and truly represented. You know, it was Pauline who got that Senate inquiry into family law. Now, we somewhat knew what the outcome of that was going to be before it even started, because it was just hijacked by the left, Labor, and there were even members within the coalition that did nothing to help just change some of the most simplest things when it comes to family law. But I think you missed one area too, Paul. The Defence Force. One Nation have backed 100%. In the Defence Force at every which step of the way, and Pauline in particular had the courage to stand up when everybody else was slagging off Ben Roberts-Smith. She backed him on the floor of Parliament and sent a very clear message: we will not vilify those who have travelled overseas to fight for this country. We've never walked a day in their shoes, and we stand by those people for particularly those in the SAS who have been pillared by that Brereton report. I think it was a disgusting outcome. Yeah. And it just made everybody who'd ever worked in defence look like war criminals. And I tell you what, we are going to make a big thing of this next year when we return to that Parliament, because we want those names cleared of every person who's been smeared by that report. And we want our Defence Force to feel as though they're proud. So there's a lot of people in that demographic, a lot of men, and I think they should hold their heads high. Ben Roberts-Smith should too. He's a wonderful family, and One Nation back him 100%.
Now, give us an idea here, Joe, again, about this particular, again, this is our age group, but all three of us have hit in that Gen X area. Certainly a lot of people watching us hit in there right now. And again, let's talk more to the are they for turning. I think they've made a break, a certain percentage, they're not coming back.
Yeah, I think this is why, again, this is a product, I think, of 21st century cultural elites getting ahead of the curve and basically saying, right, we're going to set this new standard. Correct. And if you don't immediately sign up to it, you are sexist, racist, homophobic, transphobic, whatever it may be. And I think Gen X people, a lot of people like me who thought they were the kind of
always been
left, the centre left, the sensible left.
We don't care who gets married, we don't care what you do, all of that stuff.
I remember talking to it. So my best mate is obviously also Gen X, said, you know, when we were at uni, the line was, why on earth would you want to get married? That's an oppressive patriarchal institution. And now it's suddenly, if you do not support gay people being married, you are a homophobic hate criminal.
I think that was the Gillard position from memory as well.
That's right. So again, and I think rather than a response to any particular One Nation policy, I think this is pretty much what we've seen by the younger male population in the US, where this is just an FU to that kind of first wave of the Twitter generation who looked and thought that they had a monopoly on public opinion, who thought that they could engage with that cancel culture, who were fighting with the boomers, of course. So you had Gen Z and the boomers going at each other's throats. And in the meantime, you had Generation X, who was, doing all the jobs, getting, having to shoulder all the financial burdens of not one but two generations, because you're raising your kids at the same time as your parents are starting to leave the workforce and need care. And you're the one under the maximum amount of financial pressure. You're mortgaged up to the wazoo. You don't have a choice to have a debate about whether or not you can afford to enter the housing market because you're currently being crushed by it. And you've got these, crotchety old buggers who was going to spend your inheritance on a round the world cruise on top of you, and then you got these smug little.
If Mum, you want to do that, Dad, you want to do that, good luck. That's fine. I do not associate myself with the crotchety old buggers reference.
And then you have. I was actually just value judged by an old lady who criticized me for leaving my dog in the sun for 60 seconds the other day, and I'm still.
It is the way the media.
I'm going all in on the fried bats tonight. But and then you got the younger ones lecturing you and telling you you're not virtuous enough.
100%.
I think Gen X just says I'm mad as hell and I can't take it anymore.
Correct. Gen X. We're happy to say 6'7". We just have no idea what it means. Thank you, guys. Do appreciate it. Thank you, James. Thank you, Joe. We'll talk to you again soon. Enjoy the bonfire, mate.